Well, hello. Let me make sure this is working. What's up, people? Can you hear me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Uh, all right. So we're here. Put that there. Boom. Look at that. Got a little logo there up on the top, your top left, and then I just put the website there. So I just got some notes here. So I wanted to talk today about setting goals and really getting an understanding of why it's so important to set goals. I'll use an example that I experienced over the last few months and talk about some of the lessons that I learned from that example, and then hopefully some takeaways from that for you, and then we'll go from there. So I wanted to talk about how I believe setting goals could make a huge difference for you. The method that I followed, that I had learned from just kind of my own research, even just my own Google research, as to what makes a good goal, what allows you to set an effective goal, right? So one example that I'll use, actually, a few months back, I set a goal to lose some weight. I had put some weight on during the pandemic and was drinking a few too many beers, and so I decided to get in better shape. I won't say I'm in shape, but get into better shape, and start working out and start eating healthy. And I started doing some intermittent fasting. And so, I realized that through my research, I needed to find some type of accountability, right? Because I know just picking myself up off the couch wasn't going to do it. I didn't have enough motivation personally just to do it myself, or to resist eating unhealthy food or whatever it might be. So I ended up coming to, there's a CrossFit gym in town, and they also have a fitness component to it, or a coaching component within it. So I signed up for that, and it was a 90-day program. And once a month, I went in there, took measurements, weighed in, and kind of was held accountable to all the things that I told this coach that I wanted to do. And she said, okay, you just told me that you want to do this and this and this and this, and here's the ways that we think we can get there. So 30 days from now, we're going to check back in and say, okay, did you follow through, and what are the results? And so it was kind of publicized, if you will, at least between her and I, that she was expecting me to do something and I was expected to follow through, rather than just my own personal commitment to myself, or my own goals written down in my planner, or written on my my mirror in the bathroom, because I've done all that, and that isn't as effective for me. So that personal accountability was huge there. So I had a workout commitment of 3 times a week. I had an eating commitment of my plate was filled half with vegetables, and I had an intermittent fasting commitment. Whereas at least every day I was doing a 16-hour fast, which basically was at least I was skipping breakfast. Okay. And then a couple days a week, I would do a longer fast, even do like a 24-hour fast, or at least do what's called 1 meal a day. Anyways, so I did face some setbacks, even in the last month or so. Well, about 3 weeks before the end of that 90 days, I ended up messing up my knee, so I couldn't work out any longer. I was still committed to the nutrition side of it. So I stuck with my nutrition goal, and I still ended up dropping 15 pounds and 13 inches over that period of time. So I'm happy with the results. It's not a huge, to me, it's not a huge accomplishment, but it's something that worked, and it's something that I committed to. And the accountability was really the biggest thing that I took from it. So the lessons that I took away is I figured out what I wanted, decided to accomplish, and then went and did something about it. I took action. Second thing, I asked somebody and told somebody what I was doing, and asked for the accountability and asked them to hold me to it. And then even though I faced setbacks, I continued on and kind of powered through, right? So that's kind of the biggest thing. And this can easily be translated into financial goals, right? I used a fitness and a health goal, but you can do this for any type of goal that you might have. Whether it's building your savings up, or it's paying off debt, whatever it might be, right? It's an accountability to maybe you and your spouse, and you're sharing that goal with somebody else, whether it's someone like myself as a financial coach or somebody that you know that can encourage you and hold you to it by a certain date and a certain deadline. And then it's figuring out what behaviors and what actions will get you there over that time frame, right? So it might be debt payoff, it might be saving so much money for retirement, it might be budgeting, it might be building your savings account. And all the while, when you are facing setbacks and you're expected, expect setbacks, expect that they will show up and that they will happen. Remember that why, remember that reason that you're doing all this. For me, it was to feel better, to have more energy, to sleep better. I was snoring quite a bit, and I don't as much now. I still do, but I imagine as I get back into, I'm going to do another kind of segment, another 90-day segment to kind of hone back in here, especially with the holidays coming up. I imagine I'll continue to decrease the amount of snoring and sleep better and just have more energy overall. So I think that can translate to really, like I said, any goal that you could think of. We've used that goal. My wife and I have used that goal for our own debt payoff and our own savings goals. Our debt payoff is a longer runway because we had so much to pay off. So it's a different approach. It's more of a marathon as opposed to a 3 month kind of sprint. But you could apply that really regardless of regardless of the time frame. So what I would ask, if you'd like, discussion about goal setting, discussion about how that could help you, what value I can bring to that in terms of holding you accountable. That's part of my role as a financial coach. Debttoabundance.com. There's the URL on the bottom left. You're welcome to take my 5 stages of money quiz to see where you stand, to see if you are a stage 5 achiever. And if not, I have resources. I have guides and different things within there that are free resources for you that I'm sharing to help you get from whatever stage you're at up to that stage 5 achiever. So again, as a recap, decide on what you want, be crystal clear on your goal, understand the steps that are needed to get there and the time needed in order to reach that goal. Find someone to hold you accountable. Ask for that accountability. Have regular check-ins with that person. Expect there to be setbacks, expect there to be failures, but just push forward anyway. Okay. So my new goal, I'll use this platform as a sense of accountability. My goal and my focus, I've been working on my course for a long time, my Achiever course, and I'm not positive that's even what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm going to use this as a chance to tell everybody here listening that I will be launching that on January the 10th. I was going to do it a little bit earlier, but I didn't want to mix it up too much with the holidays. So just after the new year, everybody's got their, New Year's resolutions top of mind. So I'll be launching that and helping people saving money, cleaning up their debt, budgeting, saving for the long term, and really winning with money. So I'm excited to announce that. Stay tuned for more on that as we get close to that time. January 10th is the tentative date, would be a Sunday, January 10th, when my course will open. But for the time being, some details will certainly follow with that. And I will be seeing you. So this live platform here, I am expecting and holding myself accountable to do 2 to 3, at least 2 videos a week here. Probably 3, but I'm starting off with 2 and we'll probably expand from there. And so I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll be back here in a few days. Have a good one. Ciao.